North Carolina just had 750 car accidents in one day from this storm. 750. One state, 24 hours. Let that sink in for a second. And iguanas are literally falling out of trees in Florida right now. Not even kidding. But here's what nobody's talking about. The weather pattern is about to completely flip. The jet stream has taken a hard turn this week. Changes everything. Who gets snow? Different. Who gets brutal cold? Totally different. And mid-February? The Polar Vortex is winding up for something even bigger. Breaking it all down today, pattern shift, 80 city forecasts, and what's brewing ahead. But first, how'd that storm treat you? Drop your city and snow totals below. Because yesterday was absolutely wild across North Carolina. This storm overperformed big time, way more than anyone expected. Greensboro area, 12 to 18 inches. Charlotte, same deal. Asheboro got buried. China Grove hit 14 inches. Some spots pushed 16, even 17 inches. The map is just swamped with reports. Dark orange everywhere you look. Raleigh, though, y'all got robbed. That dry slot came through and killed it. Most of Raleigh only saw 1 to 3 inches while everyone else got buried. Cape Hatteras and the Outer Banks, over a foot. Full-on blizzard conditions. Oh, and this cracked me up. Someone sent a video of a guy using a leaf blower to clear snow. I've seen shovels, brooms, but that's new. When you get a foot of snow and own 0 snow shovels, you improvise, I guess. Raleigh folks, real talk. You mad about missing the big totals? Let me know below. Got to talk about the power situation, though. It's rough out there. North Carolina still has 8,000 without power. South Carolina sitting at 6,000. But here's the bad one. Mississippi at 57,000 out. 57,000. Tennessee still at 39,000 from that ice storm. In this cold, that's dangerous. Florida has 25,000 out. Louisiana, 15,000. Georgia, 5,000. It adds up. If you know anyone without power in these areas, check on them today. Seriously. The cold right now, though, let me paint the picture of what's happening. Massive dip in the jet stream just parked over the entire eastern U.S. It's funneling Arctic air straight down into Florida. Florida, of all places. Temps below 30 degrees across almost the entire state this morning. Miami is flirting with freezing right now. Miami! When does that happen? Dozens of temperature records getting shattered. This is genuinely historic. And the iguanas, I wasn't joking earlier, they're actually falling from trees. Below 40 degrees, they go into cold-stunned mode. Then they just drop. Florida Fish and Wildlife is literally warning people about falling reptiles. Only in 2026 do we get falling iguana warnings as an actual weather hazard. Florida folks watching, is this the coldest you've ever seen? Drop it below. I gotta know. Up in the Midwest, it's even worse. Indiana, Ohio, Michigan, sub-zero this morning. Wind chills in the negative teens. Exposed skin, frostbite in minutes. No joke. But here's where things get really interesting. Watch this. This pattern, it's about to flip completely. Like, totally different setup. The jet stream is shifting from that deep southward dip to a northwest flow. What's that mean for you? Things quiet down. No major storms for a couple days. By Tuesday, Gulf Coast warms back to the 50s and 60s. Finally, some relief. Snow starts melting in the Carolinas. Roads become drivable again. But, and this is important, don't get too comfortable yet. Wednesday and Thursday, here comes round 2. Another Arctic blast. This one's targeting the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic specifically. Temps dropping 20 to 30 degrees again as that front pushes through. I know y'all are sick of hearing Arctic blast, but yeah, more coming. Real talk though. This winter has been absolutely relentless for the East. December started cold. January came in swinging. And February looking even crazier. Meanwhile, the West Coast is just chilling. Literally just vibing over there. The contrast between East and West this winter is honestly kind of ridiculous. But that's the setup we're stuck with. Ridge out west, trough in the east. Classic pattern. 00:03:31, 500 to 00:03:36, 000. Then by Friday, this is where it gets good for the Midwest finally. 2 Alberta clippers coming out of Canada, back to back, loaded with snow. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Upper Michigan, you're in the bullseye this time. Could see 3 to 6 inches across the Great Lakes and interior Northeast. If those two systems merge, widespread snow event all the way to Virginia. Midwest folks, you've been quiet all winter. Ready for your turn finally? Let me break down the day by day real quick so you know exactly what's coming. Monday, light snow, northern plains and Midwest. Cold air keeps filtering in. Southeast stays below freezing. Not much improvement there yet. Tuesday into Wednesday, weak low forms over the Ohio Valley. Minor snow. Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, couple inches maybe. Nothing blockbuster. Maryland, Delaware, New Jersey. You got robbed last storm. Maybe some snow Tuesday night. Consider it a consolation prize for missing the big one. Wednesday into Thursday, light snow lingers, Virginia and Appalachians. Nothing major, inch here, inch there, more nuisance than anything. Thursday is actually the quietest day. Use it to prep and restock supplies. Because Friday morning, those Alberta clippers arrive. Game on. Heavy snow, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Upper Peninsula. This one's legit. Saturday snow lingers New England. Storm could form offshore, making it even colder. By Sunday morning, Northeast could easily be sub-zero. That's the current trend. All right, city forecast. I'll keep these moving, but make sure you catch your area. Storm zone first. Charlotte checking in at 32 to 38 degrees. 6 to 10 inches still on the ground. Roads are an absolute mess there. Work from home tomorrow if you can. Trust me on this. Raleigh, similar temps even with that dry slot cutting into totals. Still about 8 inches down. Greensboro got hammered. Durham got hammered. Virginia Beach got absolutely hammered. Basically, if you're anywhere in the Carolinas or coastal Virginia right now, just stay put. Quick question for Carolina folks. Are the roads even passable where you are? Drop it below. Florida now, and yes, I'm genuinely giving cold weather forecast for Florida right now. Miami checking in at 48 to 55 for highs. Lows near 38. That's record-breaking territory. Jacksonville at 48 to 55. Lows hitting actual freezing. Possible flurries. Tampa, Orlando, St. Pete, low 50s. Cold by any Florida standard. I repeat, possible flurries in Florida. What timeline is this? Northeast now, NYC at 28 to 35. Lows in the teens. Windy and raw. You mostly dodge the heavy snow. Just cold and blustery for you. Boston at 25 to 32. Possible heavy snow, southern New England though. Philly, Newark, Baltimore, D.C., all upper 20s to mid-30s. Bitter cold. Pittsburgh at 25 to 32. That Arctic air is dug in deep across the region. Midwest. Oh, man. Chicago at 22 to 28. Lows around 10. Ouch. Detroit, brutal. Cleveland, brutal. Columbus, brutal. Whole region just frozen. Indianapolis and Fort Wayne checking in around 24 to 30. Classic Midwest winter. Minneapolis and St. Paul, 18 to 25 with lows hitting 5 degrees. Extreme cold. Milwaukee, Madison, Cincinnati, Louisville, all in that frozen zone. If you're anywhere in the Midwest right now, you already know. Bundle up. West Coast, though, completely different planet over there. Just vibing. LA at 60 to 68. San Diego, same. Phoenix pushing upper 60s to 70s. While we're dealing with Arctic blasts, they're deciding between shorts or pants. Las Vegas, comfortable mid-50s to 60s. San Francisco, mild in the upper 50s. Seattle and Portland, some rain, 40s to low 50s. Nothing dramatic. The ridge over the Rockies is keeping the West warm and dry. Must be nice. California folks, serious question. Are you even watching weather forecasts? Your biggest decision is light jacket or no jacket. We're jealous over here. Texas real quick. Dallas and Fort Worth at 48 to 55, lows around freezing. Possible light wintry mix, DFW. Austin and San Antonio cold but dry. Houston at 50 to 58, warming up from the deep freeze finally. Rapid fire for the rest. Atlanta 35 to 42, light snow, East Georgia. Nashville and Memphis, low to mid-30s. New Orleans 50 to 58, cold for NOLA. OKC and Tulsa, upper 30s to mid-40s. Kansas City and St. Louis, low 30s. Denver and Colorado Springs, mid-30s to low 40s, possible mountain snow. Anchorage doing Anchorage things at 20 to 28. Honolulu, perfect at 78 to 82. Hawaii people watching, we see you. We're extremely jealous. It's fine. Let me hit a few more cities real quick for those still looking for their area. Omaha at 25 to 32. Wichita, low 30s to 40. That plains cold is brutal. Albuquerque, mid-40s to low 50s, high desert cold, but nothing crazy. El Paso, comfortable, mid-50s to low 60s. You're in the sweet spot right now. Lexington and Louisville, both hovering around 30 to 36. Ohio Valley, chill. Greensboro, sitting at 32 to 38 with that 7+ inches already down. Columbia, South Carolina, got decent totals too. Myrtle Beach, same deal. Sacramento and Fresno in the mid to upper 50s. Central Valley staying mild. Portland and Seattle dealing with typical P&W drizzle. Nothing exciting. Someone in the comments asked about Savannah. Upper 30s to low 40s. Cold for Georgia coast. Birmingham checking in around 35 to 42. Mobile, same range along the Gulf. Little Rock at 35 to 45 degrees. That southern cold is hanging on tight. Corpus Christi and the Texas coast, mid-50s to low 60s, Gulf influence helping out. Boise at 35 to 42. Salt Lake City, similar. Intermountain West staying cold. Tucson pushing low 60s to upper 60s. Phoenix area, basically perfect weather. Now check this out. Over 1,700 snowfall reports came in just in the last 24 hours. Not just the Carolinas either. Dakota's got some. Upper Michigan got some. Indiana, Western New York, reports scattered everywhere across the map. And here's the wild part. We even got snowfall reports from Florida. Flurries came down near Tallahassee. Gulf effect snow. In Florida. I keep saying it, but this winter just keeps delivering the unexpected. Now here's the big picture everyone needs to understand about February. A stratospheric warming event is likely in the first half of the month. Sounds technical, but here's what it means for you. The polar vortex gets disrupted. It can split into two pieces. When that happens, massive cold air dumps south. We're talking potentially the coldest air of the entire winter hitting mid-February. Models are already showing signals. This Arctic blast now could just be a preview. February is notorious for polar vortex chaos. This year is shaping up no different. Here's the thing about this pattern. It keeps flip-flopping dramatically. One week the southeast gets hammered, next week it shifts to the Midwest. That's actually unusual. Typically one region dominates snow for the season. But we've got Pacific systems meeting Arctic air in different spots each time. Creates uncertainty, but also more chances for snow across a wider area. So if you missed out so far this winter, your chances are improving significantly. The teleconnections right now are fascinating for weather nerds like me. Persistent negative NAO, Arctic oscillation bouncing around, ridge stuck out west. All combines to mean the east keeps getting hit while west stays mild. That setup is locked in through at least mid-February, probably longer. So this pattern change this week, it's setting the stage for everything coming next. Cold air keeps coming. Storms from the Pacific collide with it over the central U.S. Result? More snowstorms. Potentially even further south than what we've seen. Winter is nowhere near done. February might actually be the most active month yet. The third week of February in particular, that's the window I'm watching closest. There's a legit signal for a major storm somewhere plains to northeast. Too early to pinpoint where exactly, but the signal is definitely there. All right, key takeaways before I let you go. Pay attention to these. Carolinas and Virginia, historic snow on ground. Stay home tomorrow if possible. Florida cold breaks soon, but watch for those falling iguanas tonight still. Midwest gets back in the snow game by Friday, 3 to 6 inches for many of you. Northeast could see widespread snow Friday into Saturday if those systems merge. Mid-February, keep your eyes on that polar vortex. Another big blast is brewing. Drop your city and current conditions in the comments. What's it like outside right now? And seriously, if you're still clearing snow with a leaf blower, tag me. I need that video. Hit subscribe if this helped you out. Tomorrow I've got updates on how those clippers develop. The way models are trending for mid-February is getting wild. You're going to want to see it. There's a signal developing for a potentially significant storm third week of February. Too early to pinpoint where exactly, but the Northeast looks particularly favored. If you've been waiting for a big one up there, patience. Your time might be coming. Quick shout out to everyone dealing with this cold snap and power outages right now. I know it's been rough, especially for those in Tennessee still without heat. To all the utility crews and first responders working through this, you're the real MVPs. Seriously, we don't thank y'all enough for what you do when it gets this brutal. Stay safe out there, everybody. Bundle up and check on neighbors who might need help. And remember, if you're still using that leaf blower for snow, send me the video. Actually, I'm going to start a thing. Best improvised snow removal tool wins a shout out. Leaf blower guy is currently in the lead, but I know y'all can get creative. All right, for real this time, that's the forecast. Hope it helped you plan your week. This pattern shift is going to change things for a lot of you starting Tuesday. Carolinas get relief. Midwest gets busy. And mid-February could be chaos for everyone. Drop your city below, let me know how you're holding up, and stay safe out there. Winter is far from over, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one.